This is how to boss Party Rumble with gold boosters. Hey everyone, and welcome to a brand new video. Now I am really hyped because today I'm going to be showing you my top tips and tricks so that you can enter any Party Rumble mode and absolutely boss it with a humble gold booster. Now if you don't know how Party Rumble works, well, in Party Rumble it's like a normal game of Rumble where you are against a bunch of players, sometimes in a small group or in a larger group, but instead of there just being one victor at the top of the pile, you can actually win Party Rumble by just being in the top half. So yeah, that's what this video is all about, is how to be in that top half and therefore get the victory with a gold booster. So if you're hyped for this, if you think this is going to be useful for your gameplay and match masters, then leave a like down below and don't forget to subscribe and drop a comment as well. Okay, so let's take a look at some of my hottest tips and tricks so that you can utilize gold boosters in Party Rumble. So first off, it's really important that you match the Party Rumble mode that you're going into with the right gold booster. So we have 6 different options: Mastermind, Sweep It, Laser Beam, Magic Wand, the Little Dragon, and of course Balloon Blast. Now to find a Party Rumble mode, if you go to the Daily Modes tab on the home screen next to the play button, you can see there today it's Moves Multiplier, but I've also been playing in Multiplier Mushrooms and loads of other different variations of the normal modes. And there you can see the rules, so you have a sneak peek as to what to expect. So for example, in Moves Multiplier, the multiplier increases with every move resetting on turn end. So if we were choosing a booster to go into a mode like Moves Multiplier, then we want something that's going to enable us to have lots of moves. Now if you tap on any of the gold boosters, if you're unfamiliar, there is a handy video that explains how those boosters work. But with a mode like Moves Multiplier, maybe Sweep It could be good because it sweeps pieces across, making extra moves for you. Also Mastermind is probably pretty handy as well, because Mastermind actually makes a load of matches across the board, which is going to give you special pieces and hopefully make more matches available to get that multiplier up. So yeah, that's my first tip. I would say carefully choose which booster to match with Party Rumble. Okay, so let's check out Multiplier Mushrooms. So this was a Party Rumble mode with Multiplier Mushrooms, and there was actually 10 players in this mode. So you're probably thinking, how did I manage to win this one? Well, take a look at this. Now I've gone for the Magic Wand for this mode because not only do we have mushrooms on the board, but there is a score legend as well, and I'll explain exactly why I think this was the best booster to choose. Now speaking of perks, the first thing I did here, because it's a mushroom mode, is utilize my Cleo perk on the yellow mushrooms. Now yellow's obviously the highest in the score legend if you take a look at the bottom, so we go for the yellow mushrooms naturally because they're going to give us, well, more chances to get towards our multiplier, which we desperately need to give ourselves big points. Nice 5 match on the blues there. That's going to give us a quick activation of our booster as well. We'll utilize any other extra moves that we have available to us. And now this is where it's really fun, because we have a full booster of the Magic Wand to use. And what do you think? Now the Magic Wand will zap all of a certain color off of the board, so watch this. We're going to use the Magic Wand on the yellow pieces here, and look at that, there's loads of yellow mushrooms because we used the Cleo perk. So now look at that, times 4 immediately, well times 5 actually, and that has rocketed us up into the green zone, which is what we need to be in to finish in that top half. So yeah, it's about working towards your booster over and over again. We're going to try and do it once again without burning in too many moves, and we now have a brand new activation available for our Magic Wand. Now if you can't do this on yellows, then you can do it on purples too, because they're also worth a big amount of points. So this time we're going for the purples because, and I'll pause it here, there is a purple bomb next to some extra move pieces, and there is also a purple mushroom on the board as well. So purples being high in points, it makes sense. It's a triple threat reason to actually go and utilize the booster on this specific color. So we'll play this through here. So all the purples get hit off the board, the special pieces explode everything, and we've now increased our multiplier. We are actually in first place, and I'm telling you now, we'll be up against some legendary and SE boosters. So we've got ourselves to a ×9, and we've only burned one single move, and this is with a gold booster, guys. So yeah, it definitely is a good way of getting mushrooms fast by utilizing the Magic Wand with a mode like Multiplier Mushrooms. It'll probably work for Mighty Mushrooms as well. So yeah, each time you get a booster activation, it's about making sure that you use it on the color that's going to give you the most mushrooms as well, because sometimes you might not have a color that you want to go for. Now at the end of this one, there was 30 seconds left and we were actually running out of moves. We only have one more move here. So yeah, you can see we did a lot of our hard work at the beginning, and remember, in Party Rumble you don't need to be first place, you just need to finish top half. So in this case, top 5, and you can see somebody in the top 5 is already done there, which means yeah, they're going to be panicking and sweating watching how the other players do. I think we pretty much secured 3rd place here though, or we're going to at least be close. Now I would often say you want to try to choose a party rumble mode as we get the victory here. The round is over, but I'd usually say you want to pick a party rumble mode with a small number of players. In this instance we had 10 players and it was pretty tricky to win, but in a moment we're going to be going into another party rumble match where there's only 4 players, and I'll show you how it's super easy to actually win that one, because with less players there's going to be less opportunities for other players to be in that winning section, and yeah, less people to beat in general, because with 10 people I still have to beat 5 people, whereas against 4 players you just have to beat 2 players. Now another great tip is to utilize your gold booster to make sure that it hits special pieces. So you saw us with the magic wand there. By utilizing it on a color that had special pieces, it works pretty advantageously, but with other boosters like the little dragon, I found it works a treat in Party Rumble. So for example, here we have a full activation of the little dragon, and the way this booster works is when you make a match, if you make a 3 match for example, or a 4 match, then the pieces alongside those rows are burned. So if we use the booster here, you can see we're going to do a match of oranges because I'm trying to hit as many mushrooms as I possibly can, and at least we've got ourselves a mushroom there to increase our multiplier. Now this time it's a lot more fun because we have at the bottom of the screen here, before I press it, you can see 1, 2, 3 mushrooms and several special pieces. So we're going to try and get them all in one fell swoop here. So let's activate the little dragon and watch as we make the move at the bottom on the yellows. That is good for the score legend as well, but loads of special pieces are hit, and yeah, just going to help us out get into our next booster a lot faster. Now next up, I really want to talk about Mastermind, the amazing gold booster owl, and this booster is amazing because it makes a load of matches for you. Now in this instance, like I promised, we are just against 3 other players, so it's a 4-person match and it's Party Rumble, the same rules. We need to finish in the top half of the draw. Now with Mastermind, obviously making those matches, what we're going to be trying to do is get as many moves as possible, because this is moves multiplier. So in moves multiplier, it does what it says on the tin. The more moves that you can get, the higher the multiplier will be increased, and yeah, like I said, we're against 3 other players. We only have to beat 2 of them and we have to basically be in the top 2 positions, so it should be easier in theory, but if they've got very, very good boosters, then it's going to be tricky. So let's see what we can do with Mastermind here. We're going to utilize our blue pieces star making perk there to give ourselves a full boost of activation. Now you can see here, when you activate Mastermind, he makes matches all across the board, and that is basically like a full board refresh. And you can see there, the way the pieces have fallen, there is a 4 match on the greens, which is going to increase our multiplier. And yeah, it's not as obvious, but players with like an SC or legendary booster might actually be at a lower advantage. This is because they get a lot of points when they activate their booster, but in between they're actually not having to work as hard for the moves like we are. So we're kind of being humbled here. Now we've got ourselves up to a ×11 here, and you can see we are safely locked in the top 2 positions because 4th place is out, 3rd place is done with a 715, and we're already ahead as well. So with 2 moves left, we don't actually even need to try here. We have guaranteed the victory with another gold booster. So we're punching above our weight here. It's so fun to use gold boosters against much better boosters, and it trains you to become a better Matchmaster player. So there we go. There's the victory for proof that I actually managed to do this twice in a row there with different gold boosters across different Party Rumble modes. And I'd love to know if you've got any special tips or tricks that you found worked. Is there a certain gold booster or trick that you think you want to share with other players? I mean, you might want to keep it to yourself if it's a very, very handy trick. Now, you saw that I had a clever usage of perks there, especially in the first round where we were playing with the magic wand in Multiplier mushrooms. So we used the Cleo perk there to guarantee ourselves, well, a load of mushrooms on the board. Then we utilized the booster itself to actually hit those mushrooms. Of course, if you want to use Mastermind, you could use the Mastermind perk as well. There's no harm in doing that. It's probably actually worth using the mini wand with the magic wand as well, just to actually enhance it. But once again, let me know down below if there's any particular perks that you found pair really nicely with Party Rumble and a gold booster. So yeah, to summarize, I found good fortune by utilizing gold boosters in Party Rumble, and we did this by making sure that we carefully paired which gold booster we'd be using, making sure to have the right perks as well. We then used clever gameplay techniques to make sure we increased our multiplier, or in other cases the mushrooms which lead to a multiplier. And by making smart matches and utilizing the fact that Party Rumble means that you only need to finish in the top half of players, this is a great way to use a lesser booster and punch above your weight. So if you enjoyed this gold booster and Party Rumble masterclass, then please show support by leaving a like down below and drop me a comment as well. Make sure you subscribe to catch more epic Matchmasters content, and I'll catch you soon for more videos.